Now, this is a big story. This is a super football. Do you know what that is? It's a Super Sharon. This is one of the prototypes. This has got nothing to do with anything. We'll show you what the testing has been. This is part of the testing. This is actually a test ball. So here it is, an old Sharon. Now, this is what a Sharon looks like. These balls now have chips inside the bladder. And you can see these are motion sensors and testing that's been going on for basically 3 years. And we're getting to a situation where the balls are now at Victoria University using the state-of-the-art equipment that's being used in soccer at FIFA and around the world to kick the balls in to see how far, if they're affected by the chip itself, so the aerodynamics, those types of things. That's where this is at the moment. I'll just take you through some more grabs. Let's listen to Laura Kane, who'll take us to where phase 3 will have the testing in the next period of time.
The idea is that we would see the ball in more trainings environments at clubs and then also possibly in competition, maybe through state leagues. Technology and innovation is a priority of mine and a focus, and it will continue to be for the football department. But what I want to make really clear is that it is in addition and to support our umpires. It's both boundary goals and also what's happening on the field. So the challenge with the oval is it is oval. The ball is oval, it's unpredictable. The goal line is a little more straightforward in terms of what we're hoping to see through the second trial.
So let me show you what the graphics will look like. It's instantaneous. Goal. Bang.
So you took it in live time?
Live time. And look at this. This is a good one. This is Isaac Rankin kicking. It would come up behind hit post. Now, in this situation, goal umpire gave it a goal. Rankin does a dance. He goes off, sits on the bench, and then the review goes on, and it hit the post. Rankin's already come off the ground. I've had an interchange. So the knock-on effect of the time involved in these things.
So just to back over, the scope for this is to be for the viewer to see that marking come up on the screen, goal or not goal, as the ball crosses the line. So
the partners involved in this are Sportable in London, who are a multi-million-dollar business that looking to do this for NFL, the National Football League in America, rugby, soccer, rugby league, and the AFL is ahead in all the testing on this at the moment. So been 3.5 years this going on. Instantaneous, the great David Hill, the legendary television producer with Greg Basser, and my company to declare an interest, Jam TV, is involved in it. The AFL are now heavily involved in it and in the funding of this. So that will be, and the other knock-on effect of this is it'll be able to tell you if it's gone 15 metres in a kick. It'll tell you if there's a brush, if there's a feather brush. So the Marchbank situation, it would be able to tell and you could review it.
Just on this though, you and I have been in this game a long time. We've been talking about this type of technology for the best part of 20 years. It never happens.
But it does happen when the technology catches up with the idea.
So how soon then now?
Well, they're going to test it in the VFL, Sandford, Waffle, etc.
So potential AFL use 2025?
Or let's say 25, maybe mid-year next year, but probably 2025, because we want to get it right. We don't want the chip coming loose. We don't want things... We want to get this right, and it's, as I said, it's an international multi-million-dollar deal, not just for the AFL, but for basically every ball sport in the caper.
Yeah, Ed, I think it's fantastic because the sooner we get it in the state leagues, the better, and then hopefully the JLT or the pre-season series, because I think what happened with Ben Keys, we've looked at it this week, that if this happened and we've got this chip in the footy, well, straight away that says that was a goal, it didn't hit the post, and suddenly we haven't got the moment, because what's happened is, I just think of all the ramifications of a decision like that. So Matty Nix is not coaching under pressure next year because he's taken his team to the finals. And sponsorship, bonuses, the works.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, we were talking about this before. I'll get to just let me say one other thing there. So early on, what that might do, I mean, the graphics package is a commercial package and things like that. It's a TV operator.
So you need the host broadcaster to then inject that into its coverage.
Yeah. But in the meantime, you'll be able to tell the umpire straight away, review, and they can get it and say, right, it's gone through, and the commercial part.
To Lloydie's point about Adelaide missing the finals, and they would have made the finals had that been adjudicated and there was no more score in that game. What's it mean, Ed? We've heard a lot of commentary about what you would have done if you had been in charge of Collingwood. Now, you couldn't have changed the result. There were 70 seconds left, but you would have done, I would imagine, something that Adelaide Crows didn't do.
Well, I mean, I've had time to contemplate this and then sort of put my head back into game day. So, yes, apart from yelling and screaming about the fact that it should have been a goal, once it was kicked out and there was 1.5 minutes left in the play, there's nothing you can do. That's just bad luck.
So sign that off.
Well, there's nothing. I couldn't do anything about Anthony Rocca's goal, and that's as much as you can scream about. But
to Lloydie's point, contracts involving the coach...
I would be sitting on Gil McLachlan's table and wouldn't move until he signed off a cheque for the bonuses. So every sponsorship you have, you get a bonus for making the finals. The coach would have a bonus situation in their players. Don't forget this. Everyone's easy to bypass this. It may never come again for some players. Matthew Nicks will be decided upon whether he's got a team to a finals. People won't remember the asterisks next to these things down the track. So yeah, I'd be into them for everything. Given the fact that they admitted liability, I'd be all over them because, thanks, Gil. We take on board your apology.
So the admission of error is cause for you to get
but they had
compensation.
To do that because it was. Yeah. But that's without being silly about it. But I don't think the players and the coaches should be in the soft cap for this, given the fact it wasn't their fault. They deserve to be in the finals. They should at least get the monetary value because they're going to miss out on the spiritual value. Could you imagine what it would be like for Adelaide to come to play Carlton at the MCG Friday night next week, 100,000 people, your sponsors, your supporters, the agony they've been through at the Adelaide Crows to have that taken away from them. Geez, it'll be a bitter pill sitting there on the couch watching Sydney Swans running around.
Will they get, how many sweetness do you think they get, the Crows moving?
Yeah, well, we'll look at the draw next year, the fixture next year. We'll have a look at a few other little favourable treatments. And I agree with you, there will be, maybe that's how it comes, not the actual financial.
I know, but you can't do that.
Yeah. No, it's not right, but that's what will happen.
Laura Kane's biggest job is get integrity back into the game. Get the fix out of the fixture. We've had enough of this stuff. We've already seen. Last year we had umpires and Brownlows and... Come on, enough.
Yep.
Right?